Hello, everybody. I meant to get my pipe started first. Sorry, one second. Okay, so I wanted to do a quick update, and there are several reasons for that. First, I guess I'll just talk about what's going on at the property. Um, Down in Ripley, I was there last week, and the property is, pretty wet. So I had a hard time getting the gator up the hill. And when I can't get the gator up the hill, it's hard to do anything because it's, such steep, ascent to get up to the top where the tiny house is. So I haven't really been able to do much because of that. Then I had to get the gator serviced. So really, just I have a lot of excuses for you. I was also really hoping that I would have the SERP situation figured out. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So what happened there was that my grandpa had done research for years and said that the first couple weeks of February are typically when the maple syrup start or the sap starts to flow down at the Ripley property. And unfortunately, as he explained to me as a former farmer, sometimes in agriculture things just don't work out the way you hope, and so the weather wasn't cooperating. It didn't get cold enough at night and then warm enough during the day. Sometimes it would get cold enough at night. Sometimes it would get cold enough during the day. So I have not yet been able to, do an update on the maple syrup. But that brings me for the real reason for the update, which is that I wanted to talk about the channel. So I guess I'll just start off with why I started it, which is I just want to have fun. I like to document the things that I'm doing sometimes and maybe inspire other people to want to do something similar. Um, I had probably this goal too that I did want to get monetized, but I think I'm kind of done trying to do that for now because there's just so much that you have to do to really try to get monetized on YouTube. You have to be consistent. You have to put out good content. I'm really trying to. I just ordered a new camera. It's on back order right now, though. And I'm hoping to try to learn how to get better at doing stuff like that myself because I really enjoy it. But um, I guess I wanted to provide a really long excuse that's going to end with why I'm not posting as frequently. So, first off, just updates on life. I am bipolar, and in all honesty, and I knew this at the time, but I was probably a little bit manic at the time when I was building my second tiny house office or tiny house cabin, I should say, down in Ripley. And I, was really having a great time doing it. But, one of the things about mania is that you can get more done. And, I don't necessarily, um, uh, it's not necessarily a great thing. A lot more done sometimes, but sometimes that means that maybe you're neglecting other things, and so um, it was getting kind of unsustainable. And unfortunately, I'm just realizing I'm too busy to keep up with the pace of doing a video a week. I work full time. I have another part time job as I work full time as a mediator for a city government. Um, I also teach political science at a local community college. And then I manage rental properties that I own. And I have several of those. And then I'm also chair for the sister city committee in my city. And that takes some time. And, I love doing this, but all those things take a lot of time. And I'm just simply not able to keep up with it all. So, this is the longest way in the world to say that I'm just giving myself permission, I guess, to not post every week. And I just felt like I owed you an explanation for that. So um, I hope you understand. I also want to mention too, I have one uh, follower on Patreon that I really appreciate. And I just want to say I give everyone permission, of course, to adjust your Patreon accounts accordingly. And by everyone, I mean that one person who I greatly appreciate. But you know, I feel like it feels like an obligation at this point, and I don't want to have another obligation in my life. I just want to do what I want to do for fun on here. So I really thank everybody who follows, especially everyone too who liked the hunting video. And I will say I wanted to talk about that for a second too. You know, I noticed that didn't get as many followers. And hello, little zebra dragons, how's it going? Uh, I noticed that hunting video didn't get as many views, and I lost some followers, to be honest. And you know, I totally understand that, and I totally respect people who don't like hunting. I guess I just wanted to provide a bit of a defense, and I would say that the people who I don't understand are people who eat meat but don't like hunting. If you're a vegetarian and you don't like hunting and you know are against it, totally get that. I have nothing but respect for you. If though you eat meat and you're against hunting, I have some questions. So, um, you know, I think that the reason I enjoy hunting is because it gives me a much greater connection to the food that I'm actually eating. And, you know, it gives me a much better respect and understanding for the food that I'm eating, right? And so I feel like um, it's better in a lot of ways than going to the store and just picking up, you know, something that you can't even recognize as the animal that once was. Like understanding that process gives you much more respect for the animal. You obviously also try to do your best to make sure that you're not harming it. Uh, uh, you know, like not I don't mean not harming it. Obviously, you're harming it. You try to do your best to make sure it's not suffering, is what I mean. And so I, you know, I think that anyone who has anything against hunting, totally respect. But if you eat meat and you're against hunting, then I guess I would just ask you why and what is it about it that you know that you take issue with. So I just wanted to, I guess, provide a little bit of defense for that, and you know, it's not an apology, but I totally understand why people didn't follow or unfollowed, I should say. So um, thank you though for watching, and I really appreciate everybody who supports me, especially those of you who leave comments. Those comments mean so much whenever I make a video, just to see what you're saying. So thanks if you're one of those folks. And that's what's happening from my neck of the woods. Take care, everybody.